We've got a developing situation as an investigation has now been launched into the Las Vegas Raiders, quote, meaningless field goal, which actually cost the betting public tens of millions of dollars. We explain, driven by Revel Rideshare. Ride for less, drive for more. Download it now, Revel Rideshare. Up first, take a look at this. Veteran journalist Jimmy Traina said, just saw the end of the Broncos Raiders game. There should be an FBI investigation and a 30 for 30 on how Vegas covered the 7.5. Yeah, because down 10 with less than 10 seconds remaining, the Raiders did this.
Throwing on the run, and he's got Lockett, but I don't know if they'll be able to spike it in time. Oh, a flag comes out. What a silly play by Brandon Jones.
Yeah, and the penalty was called, stopping the clock with just 5 seconds remaining.
Delay of game, defense, number 22.
Yeah, but now listen to the broadcast team as they immediately recognize the enormous gambling implications.
So you play it out, right? Kick it, try an onside kick it, and hope for the Hail Mary. That's what you're telling us, right, Andrew?
Something like that. I think he's saying there's a different interest now in this play.
Yeah, and now listen to their reaction when the kick was good.
And Carlson's kick is good with no time left. So count the three. That makes it a 7-point difference. 24-17 the final.
And as Sportsline noted, Raiders plus 8.5 and the over 40.5 both cash on this, quote, meaningless field goal. And John Ewing of BetMGM said, meaningless field goal as time expires. Raiders minus 8.5 are up 10. Field goal covers the spread for the Raiders and the over. A huge swing. Yeah, but now there's talk of felony charges as we continue with Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Order now, budschicken.com. First, though, the crew at NBC Sports admits something seems fishy.
Let's kick the field goal and cover the spread in Las Vegas. Could it get any stinkier than that? Right?
It's odd. It definitely is.
And again.
Yeah, and Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy, who lost a reported $250,000 on this play, actually posted this on social media.
Prison Pete Carroll. Murder Pete Carroll. I want Pete Carroll murdered. Can you see this play right here? At the top of your screen. Can you see this play?
But Dave must have forgot what he tweeted in 2023. Sean McVay has a seat at my dinner table for the rest of his life for kicking that field goal down 10 with 4 seconds left. Again, September of 2023, when NBC Sports reported that McVay needed to address the accusations because this has happened before. Yeah, and meanwhile, Pete Carroll did explain his decision to kick the field goal.
If you notice, I was battling with the official, making a plea because we saw 8 seconds, 7, which would have given us a chance to kick the field goal, kick an onside kick, and maybe have a second left. And then when it went down to 5 and whatever, then I knew it was going to look stupid. Like you couldn't figure out why we were doing it. So.
NAI Analytics back his decision with less than 2 minutes and no timeouts. Field position between the 20 and field goal range and needing to make it a one-possession game. AI says it's the right thing to do. Yeah, but wait until you see what we discovered with the money as we roll with Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Get them online at lindstromair.com. We follow the money trail, and yet again, it doesn't look good. As John Ewing confirms, of the teams with the most money bet on them at BetMGM, second overall, the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, teams with the most popular, most lopsided action. Fifth, the Broncos once again. Now let's look at the over-under, the money split, because that changed on the field goal as well. There's 2 categories here. Tickets, 52% on the under, but 72% of the money, meaning Vegas cleaned up on the kick. Yeah, but then Mike Florio finally makes sense of it all.
I don't want to be complete tinfoil hat here. Because if there was even a second left, you recover the onside kick, you'd have time
to throw a Hail Mary. Right.
But it just looks bad when they were 7.5-point dogs and they get this walk-off garbage.
They look bad anyways.
The question is on the board. Presented by Hannah Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Question: how unusual was kicking this field goal after all? Not that unusual at all. When you're down 11, 10, or 9, that's what you're supposed to do. I know it's a little rough because not a lot of time left, but there's always hope. You're supposed to play to the finish. That's why they give you 60 minutes, not 59 minutes, 55 seconds. Nothing wrong here. Let's stop being suspicious because it happened to affect the line, which, by the way, is inconvenient. But for some people, turned out pretty good. Like if you're in a wreck, you know what turns out good? Call an Anajar and Levine at 800-747-FREE. They help you take back control of your life. They take care of everything. Consultation's always free. Do me a favor. Hit subscribe, hit like, comment where I'm right and wrong. I'll reply to you all. And remember, every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. So say goodnight to the bad guy.